right, Sister Najai, you can take it from me.
Please feel the need to and add comments along the way so we can keep it rolling. Western society is overflowing with a lack of accountability from both Black men and Black women. This calls for a need to restore Black morality. Yes, brother.
Oh, you know what? And let me say this because I didn't mean to interject this quick. The foundation of Western society is lies, and lies help to counter accountability. Right? Prime example. When, like, many people don't know this, when France invaded Egypt, right? One of the scientists, I think it was Champollion, saw the Sphinx. He saw the temples and everything. And in essence, I'm paraphrasing, he's like, oh my God, the people that we have been oppressing are the greatest people on earth, right? Because he saw the evidence. What people don't realize is instead of that evidence going out before the world and everyone knowing, and then people like, oh my God, man, we're sorry, we didn't mean to do that. No, it just meant that they came up with a whole science to try to justify enslavement because they knew it was a lie. They knew what they were saying was a lie. They knew so-called sciences like pseudosciences like phrenology was a lie. They knew things like drapetomania was a lie. Like they made up a science to cover up the reality of what they found. So when we talk about the lack of accountability, it doesn't start with Black people because that's not our nature and that's not our culture. It starts with our enslavers and enemies. And it's like Dr. Africa said, we've become a heinous people because we've been captured by a heinous people. You have anything to add to that, sister?
I'm glad that you bring it up because that was the direction that I was going in. And me and you have discussed this prior to. There's a lot of blame put on the Black woman because the Black woman is the main one out here with her entire behind out looking a fool. But to hone in on the Black woman being the issue is to completely neglect the grand scale of the war front. And it also is kind of like you're trying to, as I said on the last show, if we're trying to make corrections, we have to make sure that we're doing it from the right place. And I understand a lot of Black women don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear correction and will often, what they call gaslight, they'll turn it around and make it be a thing of you're the problem because you see her as a problem. That's not at all what I'm intending to do. I'm just trying to let y'all know if we want to get through this, there's a way that it's going to have to be done. And what we're doing today, what the men of today are doing, it's not going to cut it. Which brings us to our next bullet. Many men find solace amongst other men who call out narcissistic and selfish behaviors in modern women. Now, this is important. I'm glad that this is happening because what it's going to do is show Black women that like we calling you your bluff, basically. Like we know that you acting up behind and we're not going to take it no more. And I don't have to deal with it. I'm glad that that's happening, but I don't want this to be the last step because then it's just a whole bunch of men amongst each other talking down on women all day when somebody was the father of that woman. Somebody was the uncle, somebody was the grandfather, somebody dropped the ball and making sure that she as a little girl did not become this moral leper. Because that's essentially what it is. Nobody wants anything to do with Black women because of moral leprosy. We don't want to deal with the person that's always lying. We don't want to deal with the person that's always like creating an energy of just flat out just negativity. I'm not even going to get into the details of it because that's we already know how it is out here. So the point is, I want for Black men to continue on this route, but make sure that while you over there with the other men, y'all start looking at each other, start sharpening iron because we're not done. We're not just going to be like, you know what? It was the Black woman that was the problem. Let's just move on from the Black woman and let's let her like, nah. We got more work to do. So I'm glad at the direction that we're going in, but we got more work to do. Running behind. Yeah. So next up, many women run behind the weakest men so that they don't have to rise to the occasion of being the best version of themselves. And this is more of the same from the last bullet, which is narcissistic and selfish behavior. It is a woman that does not want to go to the gym with her man, or doesn't want to start taking the initiative to like meal prep and, you know, cook for the family. And you really kind of need to create a space that your family can thrive in. That means you're going to have to clean up sometimes, at least, you know, like we can't be living in filth, right? There's a lot of things that Black women have been made to, it's different levels to it. Some Black women have been made to see it as, oh, I'm not a maid, I can't clean up. And I'm sure we all can, well, I don't know, y'all are a different age group, but the younger groups might know that as a meme, right? I ain't no maid. That's the mindset now. I'm not gonna clean up. He need to be clean. Go ahead.
Oh no, sister, I was just gonna say, no, that's an outgrowth of the feminist rhetoric of marriage being slavery. You know that because I look at younger people podcasts and stuff, and they have conversations about making would you make your man a sandwich at midnight or 1 a.m. or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a hypothetical. And the women, of course, they just want to be rebellious. Like he can get his own sandwich, this and this and that. This is one thing I'm gonna say. This is true now. It's always been true. Women be telling lies. Men be lying, but women be lying too. And the main thing women be lying about is what they won't do. No, they won't do it for you because they're talking to you, but you're not the man. There is a man somewhere, right? Where it's Idris Elba or the dude down the street or the mailman. There is a man that woman will do anything for. You know what I'm saying? Like these women be talking about, oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. And then you find out that I can't even remember the girl's name in Baby Boy. You find out that her convict boyfriend is driving her car, eating up all the kids' snacks. You know what I'm saying? She buying them new clothes and everything. But she talked about she wouldn't make a sandwich. But she'd be the same one in the comments talking about she won't make a sandwich for somebody. Nah, you won't make a sandwich for the dude that worked a 12-hour shift. But the dude that just got out of jail, but he all shredded and ripped up because literally he ain't got nothing to do but lift weights all day. You make a sandwich for him at 1 a.m. standing on your head. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep it 100 out here. People be telling lies, and I just wanted to put that on the table, man, because I just had to say it. You got to add to that.
Asante, yes. There's always the exception. And when it comes to women, you're absolutely right. We will make a lot of exceptions for the right one. As far as Black women choosing weak men, mind you, if you're choosing a weak man, you're gonna have a weak family and you're not gonna survive. Just off top. It is suicide to choose a weak man. It makes a lot more sense to do the work that needs to be done to better yourself so that you can survive. And I wanted to, on that note, mention what Brother Jarake said, which is a woman that doesn't want to go to the range or will shame the man for having firearms. This is most likely a delusional woman. This is most likely what we would consider to be a liberal or even a feminist. Because the whole thing of being against firearms, I don't even have the time to. What are we talking about? I don't have the time to go over that.
Shaming a man that you claim you want to be a protector for having firearms is true insanity. Like I can't Because this would be the same type of person talking about how racist Trump's America is. You know what I'm saying? But you like, okay, if this place is so racist and you need protection and you scared and this and this and that, and then I come in here with AR-15 and you like, what is that? And I'm like, it's AR-15. You know what I'm saying? What you would it look like? You know what I'm saying? And you like, I mean, oh man, oh brother Rocket say talking about what you got all the muscles for. Hey, muscles can't repel bullets. I don't care how big. You know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic out here. Yo, that's crazy, but oh my goodness, y'all gotta stop me from. I just gotta laugh because I haven't felt well today, but you know, always enjoy SBL, especially now that the sister is on. But brother J Rocket got me laughing because what he's talking about, if women is saying that stuff is just absolutely ridiculous and hilarious. You can go ahead, sister.
Since we already off topic, Sister Tila, the white man's talking points, I would disagree because liberal is a word with a meaning. It's not just that the white man uses it and that's his word. So I disagree with that. Especially since Malcolm X was very, very specific in calling out the liberals. So because he used the word liberals and said we need to stay away from them, I myself am also going to use the word liberals and make sure that I stay away from them. And I didn't say Republicans, I said feminists, but we can use that too. All of them. It all is the same thing. Last one. Accountability starts with self-mastery, being brave enough to tell the truth, even when it challenges your ego or social status. I wanted to combine the concept of accountability and cowardice so that we can all feel like we're on the same page or standing in the same tile, right? We're playing the same game here. If you have an issue with taking accountability, 9 times out of 10 is because you're a coward. You can't take it on the chin that you messed up. You were wrong. And so now you have to go through the process of this is what it feels like to be wrong. Now I would implore women to you need to be wrong so that you can see how your man is going to treat you when you're wrong. Is he going to be the type to like dance on you and you know, and is it going to be out of fun or is it a malicious thing? Does he really love you? Does he like to just see women be wrong? Is he going to now try and belittle you? Like it's all part of life. So you trying to avoid accountability, you're missing a lot of quality life points and information that, you know, can be beneficial to you. And I want the men to understand accountability or lack of accountability being cowardice, because then you can maybe start to see your woman in a different way. She's avoiding it possibly because she's scared. I'm not excusing her lack of accountability in whatever way that means, but I just want you to see that maybe this is not the warrior woman that you need her to be. Maybe this is not, you know, the relationship that you can be in, not only because she's acting like a little kid right now, avoiding accountability, but also because she can't be mature enough to do what needs to be done in the moment that it needs to be done. Yes, brother.
Yeah, no, I was just going to ask, what would you say the root of that fear, or where would that type of fear come from to make someone not want to accept accountability?
It goes to, I mean, in my opinion, it goes to the ego. It's going to hurt the ego. And a woman who is in her mind trying to prop herself up so that she's chosen, why would she want to then take a step back and admit defeat? You know, and there's all different kinds of dynamics to it, because there's a lot of relationships where the two man and woman are actually in competition, which is wild, but that's something that happens. And so she could feel like, oh, I can't lose to him because, you know, he was wrong last week in an argument. I want to make sure that he knows that he's wrong, and all kinds of foolishness and things like that. So there's a lot of reasons, but I would sum it up easily to it just being an ego thing, but I'm sure it could be a grander discussion.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also follow us on our other social media platforms. On Instagram, we're at dc.radical1. On Twitter, we're at dc_radical_one. And the Cash App is $DcRadical1. Again, thank you for subscribing. A BB for ODA and straight black pride.